How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. Today I'm gonna be reviewing the recent Dungeons and Dragons movie. Of course, that being D&D, Honor Among Thieves, which was in theaters a couple months ago. Yeah, I saw it. It was one that I was interested in. Like, I love fantasy. Give me like Lord of the Rings any day. Or I haven't seen the Hobbits, which I probably should. But yeah, like I love fantasy. Some of my favorite games of all time are like the From Software, like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, even. So I love that setting. You could do so much with it, and D&D is right there, right? It's iconic. Like everyone has heard of the game. Your typical '80s nerd in their mom's basement playing D&D. I don't really have any experience or of the game. I know of it, right? Or like monsters, and there's like a dungeon master. Like I know how it works and that sort of thing, but I don't. With this movie, I feel like there's a lot of references or name drops that, of course, to me I won't get, but to like a D&D fan, it probably like clicks. Just like in a Marvel movie, right? When they have a million references, it's like, if I'm a fan, I'm like, I get it. Same thing. But it was a lot of fun. I was honestly surprised. The movie has great reviews, and I'm positive of it. I have a positive opinion to it as well. But sadly, I believe it underperformed for Paramount, who was the production house, right? Like it didn't do so well in the box office, but critically, it got good reviews. And yeah, I had to agree, it was really good. It's a shame. Yeah, but what did I like? So the plot basically, we follow our main protagonist, played by Chris Pine, named Edgar Darvis, I believe. Oh no, sorry, Edgin, not Edgar. Edgin. And it's essentially, of course, just like in D&D, he builds a party. He used to be a thief. He's in prison with his close friend, practically sister, Holga, Holgar, right? Played by Michelle Rodriguez. And the story is about how he was married. He was part of an order. I believe they're called the ties, or the it's like a house, right? But he was like a nobleman. Essentially, he stole a piece of gold. His wife gets murdered, and he's left with his daughter. So him and Holga are like just begin to rob, like they're thieves, right? And we meet our other characters like Simon, a sorcerer who's a descendant of like a great one, and Doric, who is a druid, but she's also a shapeshifter. Forge was like, I don't know, like just like another hand, really. And they would go on adventures, but one day they go to a place that has a tablet of resurrection that could bring back his wife, and also like this like special artifact. They go, but are essentially they're trapped in like a time stop like spell. So Edgin and Holga are trapped. The others escape, and Forge makes a promise to Edgin they'll watch over Kira, the daughter that he had with his wife. And yeah, they're in prison. So the beginning of the movie is like that whole like them explaining, giving the backstory, escaping, and yeah, the whole movie is just about him getting his daughter back. Because spoilers, okay, I should say that spoilers. Forge is like a lord of a land, and they find out that he essentially betrays them because he's in cahoots with this lady wizard who was the one that got him trapped, like the one that they stole from. And she's a red wizard, so they're evil, right? She's trying to resurrect or like bring upon this like death that'll convert the masses into like undead, right, for the army. And Forge is in cahoots with her. They work together, and he lied to Kira, the daughter, that like his dad left, like kind of abandoned her, pretty much lied to her, like he's like, I'm her new father now. And so the movie is essentially a big quest to get her back, like, you know, break in and get her back. I think it does a very good job. Like, obviously pace is pretty like snappy, just because again, but like so in most movies I think that wouldn't work. That's too much like a fetch quest, right? You're like here, here, here. But being that it's D&D, and of course the whole core of the game is like you're going on your quest, I think it's perfect. It's like, hey, you know, we know his motivation, rescue his daughter, and then it's like, oh well, we have this obstacle that we need to get this to overcome, and then, you know, that sort of thing. It's easy to follow, but I think they do it very well. It very much fits the whole fantasy theme and everything. And yeah, the supporting cast is great. Again, Chris Pine is awesome. Michelle Rodriguez is great. You know, I enjoy her as Holga. She's badass. She has some great fight scenes, like where she's like a barbarian, so she's got great scenes. Simon, he's a sorcerer, which of course he starts out pretty weak, but by the end he's, you know, powerful, and he's good. Doric is awesome. Her shape shifting, like, and yeah, just the way they do it all is like really good. It's a very fun movie. Just like it's funny, it's comedic, but you know it's advertised as one. And I've heard that like also in D&D, it's like meant to be. It's like yeah, fun with it. Like you can have a super serious one, but they can be fun. Like so it like reflects that is what I've heard, that it reflects the game pretty nicely. And if I had to give negatives, honestly, I mean, just being honest, right? Sometimes I would say the CGI isn't the best, or there are times where, like for example, the sorcerer Simon, he'll be like in the air, but you can very much tell it's like a green screeny, you know, right? Like obviously it's like they're not actually in the air, things like that, or just yeah, some like effects. I mean, nothing horrible. It won't ruin the experience. It's still an enjoyable movie, but yeah, I don't know, I guess I know I've said it before, but it's like movies like this where it's like it's a shame, because again, I enjoyed it. Critics seem to rate it has an average of like I think 7, 8 out of 10 or above. Like audiences, critics agree, like it's a fun movie, but it underperformed. And I think you know, I hate to be that guy, but it's like just like these comic book movies, right? Like whether it's Marvel or DC, like just really, you know, I mean, look, business wise, I can't blame studios. It makes money, so obviously you're gonna try to get as much out of it as you can. But it is a shame that it seems to a lot of casual audiences that's all they care about. When it's like there's so much more, you know. And yeah, like it's a shame. I'll just say that it's a very fun movie. Definitely check it out. I think you could rent it on Prime for like $3. Or I believe it's on Paramount Plus. I'm pretty sure, being it's a Paramount movie. And yeah, Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves was seriously so much fun. Just yeah, good action, good stuff, and it's very enjoyable. So I do know that because it underperformed, uh sequel wise there isn't much of a like talk for that. I do know there was apparently like a show being developed. I don't believe it was a prequel show. I believe it was like a continuation. That yeah, Paramount is working on, and we should hear something soon, right? Whether we see a trailer or something. But yeah, it's like I think they could do a lot with this universe, so it would be nice for them to give it another go. Maybe market it more. Again, the first one, yeah. If I ever get a rating 1 through 10, I'd give it a solid 8. Not perfect by any means. I will say, yeah, the comedy is always subjective. So some of you might love it, some of you might hate it. But I think it's a fun movie. Great quest, you know, like let's go on an adventure, and really sells the point of like, yeah, an adventure. Like, you know, this ragtag family here and like their quest to save, you know, Edgin's daughter, but very much they're all a unit, and you know, gives a good message about family, or like what it means to be in like that and to value it, you know, like just know what you have and letting go too. Surprisingly, like it deals with that, where again they want to bring the mom back, but spoilers, ultimately they don't. So it's a nice, you know, like um yeah, just how life works, right? Like you just let go and things move on, but things aren't over, right? Life just goes on. But yeah, a lot of fun. Check it out. It's, you know, it's out. You could probably buy it on Blu-ray or DVD if, you know, that's your thing. But yeah, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. Did you see it? Let me know. Um, if you like that type of content, I make new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. So please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.